Hi, I'm Justin Day. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Cloud Gateway. As you can imagine, we do quite a lot with cloud connectivity, but moving to cloud isn't always as easy as it seems, and there can be a number of pitfalls or things that you need to consider. We've got 10 considerations that we've put into a blog, and we'd invite you to go and have a look at that by clicking on the link below. But for the moment, we're going to be talking about 3 right now. Traditionally, spend in IT, particularly for those things that were either on-premise, on-site, in data centers, would have been capital expenditure. So your finance department will have known what they're going to spend, when they're going to spend it, how you're going to grow. Things are a little bit more predictable. When you are operating with cloud, you're looking at an OpEx model, you're looking at operational expenditure. I'm looking at paying when I use something, I'm going to pay for it to be bigger when I need it to grow. But is there the same discipline when you're allowing your technical staff to be able to build? Is there the same rigor when you're asking your finance team to understand exactly how things are going to grow? We've seen many examples of where this has been done really, really well. But I'd say we've seen a lot more examples of where this has been done poorly or probably without any thought at all. And as this world has changed quite rapidly, it can be quite costly. If you don't have a control and a handle on it, things obviously can get very problematic very quickly. I think there's been a mindset shift, certainly from finance departments, as to how they can work with technical teams on this, but it's something that requires planning rather than just moving straight into cloud and kind of hoping for the best. One of the things that a lot of technical teams talked about in particular when there was great excitement about moving to the public cloud is that they could get out of monoliths, they could get out of contractual lock-ins and tie-ins and then moved to major public cloud providers. Well, this is like jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. Again, this is all about planning and it's all about consideration as to how you're going to embark on your journey into cloud. There's no reason that you have to stay in the same cloud provider or even a mixture of cloud providers. But if things aren't done with appropriate care, with appropriate planning, and done in such a way that there's a foundation that allows you to maneuver out as well as in, as you spiral and use technologies that are easy to consume and need less thought to be able to bring on board, it's possible that you start to add to the technical debt that you've got, which is going to make unpicking it and getting out of whatever cloud provider you may have, for reasons you may have in the future, very, very difficult. Cloud really has proliferated a bit of a problem. When things were more difficult to purchase, either because the finance director had more control over them, you didn't have access to the credit card, or it took longer for things to deliver, that's one thing. But when things are much easier to consume, that is a bigger problem. So in cloud, you have access to the entire suite of services available to you. You have access to them immediately. And what's worse, you can put them on your own credit card for very little money, let alone the company credit card if necessary. It's very commonplace to see technologies that shouldn't be used or aren't considered, maybe go against security policy as well, being used within corporate entities and even smaller companies. And once again, this is one of those things that once it starts to become a problem, it can be very difficult to undo. I don't think people are going out of their way to be malicious. In fact, more often than not, technical departments are very keen on trying to help. But when you give them such easy access to things that aren't necessarily governed in order to help, they can be very difficult to keep a tighter control on.